Hello, everybody. It's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from Italy. This is one that Jared brought down to me a couple of weeks ago when he came down. This is Birra Moretti La Rossa, and that is a Doppelbock, according to what the site says here. And Doppelbocks are basically lagers, guys. Bocks, you know, those beers with ghosts on the label are relatively strong German lagers. Doppelbocks are, as the name might suggest, are typically even stronger and contain enough malty goodness that they've been considered a meal in a glass for centuries. Generally, they have a very full-bodied flavor and are darker than their little Bock brothers, easy for me to say, and sisters, and a higher level of alcohol too. They range in color from dark amber to nearly black, and dark versions often have a slight chocolate or roast character. Average alcohol by volume on those type of beers is between 6.5 and 9%. And this particular one, it comes in at like 7.5, I think. 7.2 is what it says on this site. See what it says over there. Yep, 7.2. I didn't see it on here. It may be written on it. Yep, it is. It's sweating on the bottle here. 7.2% alcohol by volume. And this is a slightly smaller bottle. It's 11.2 fluid ounces. 330 milliliters. Alright guys, let's go over. It says availability is year-round on this particular beer. And this is, according to what it says here, this is brewed by Heineken. It says Birra Moretti, Heineken, Italy. So, not a big fan of the Heineken. They're kind of skunky to me, and I don't like skunky beers. But I don't think this is going to be that way. Food pairing for this, cuisine will of course be German. Cheeses are buttery, brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss, your earthy cheeses, Camembert, Fontina. And so if it has a chocolate aspect to it, it will go well with your chocolate dishes. Meat is game for this. Glassware is a Pilsner glass, which is what I have. That's my Pilsner lager glass, guys. Pokel, the mug, the stein, the side ale. And this beer says can be cellared for long periods under the proper conditions. 7.2%. I don't know if I would cellar it for a long period of time. So it's probably good for 3 to 5 years, I would think, anyway, if you cellar it correctly. Just my opinion on that, though, guys. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about on this one. So let's get the cap off of this and see how good it is. The German box and Doppelbocks are usually very, very tasty. Now, whether that carries on over to Italy, I don't know. We're about to find out. Got a sweet smell to it from here. Alright, with that aggressive pour, we got about 2 fingers of head. And it is a rich, ruby red copper tone color, guys. It's not black, but it is a deep copper tone color. Nice looking beer, a lot of bubbles streaming up. Looks like it's fairly well carbonated. It's from Italy. Let's get a nose on it. Yes, a lot of sweet malt. Caramel, toffee. There is a hint of chocolate. Not a big, it's not got a big chocolate nose on it though. A little grassy graininess in there though. It's a lager, it's going to have a little of that, but there is some rich roasty malt. And they're using the European hops, either Saaz, Tetanang, or Kent Goldings, or something with a more floral, earthy herbal fragrance, and then the American style hops, which is in your face pine, grapefruit, and all that real pungent hop presence. Well, the head is basically faded down to about a half a finger. Let's give it a taste. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Jared. Thank you, sir. Very pleasant, very malty. Not giving any alcohol. Very easy drinking for a 7.2%er. Got a feeling these guys have been doing it for a while, though. And I don't think Heineken has owned them for a long period of time. I have not been to the website, so I don't know the history of this company, the Birra Moretti. But they're out of Milano, Italy. And according to what Gregsbeer says, they say they used to serve it in either a dimpled mug, a stein, or a stem glass. But being a lager, we got it in the lager glass. Very malty, very pleasant. Not what I would typically pick up for drinking, but a very nice change. Nice sweetness to it, but it's not overly sweet. There is enough hops in the back to balance it out. I would almost consider this a chick beer too. Even though it's a 7.2, it's very sweet and not bitter on the back end. Very easy drinking is what I'm getting at, guys. A lot of people say, what do you mean by chick beer? I mean, it's an easy drinking beer. It's not bitter. It's not alcoholic. And what I mean by that is 7.2%, but you don't taste it. It's not boozy. Very sweet, very malty. Almost like a brown sugar quality to it too. Very tasty. Very nice. Right out of the fridge, 40 degrees, you know the deal and the drill. Take it back and let her taste it. Sip on it for probably about 10 or 15 minutes and come back and do the final chug. Stick around. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. This is a decent beer. It's nothing exciting or overwhelming or outstanding to me. A nice, enjoyable, I'm going to say Doppelbock is what they're calling it, but it drinks more like a bock than a Doppelbock. There's no big alcohol or no... It's not an overwhelming Doppelbock. There are some better Doppelbocks out than this. But it is nice. It has got a nice, rich, caramel, toasty, biscuity, a slight hint of some dark fruit, but not a lot. I mean, very easy drinking. I mean, very sessionable for 7.2%. Very easy drinking. No alcohol taste to me at all, really. But I don't drink a lot of lagers, so it was a nice change up. So let's do the final chug here. Very rich and caramelly, but not a lot of dark fruit in there. Kind of on the sweet side. A little bit of biscuity, crackery taste to me. Overall, better than average beer, but nothing super outstanding. I was expecting a little more coming from Italy, but once I read that Heineken has their hands in it, I'm not surprised that they may have tweaked this down just a little bit. That's my opinion now, guys, but I don't drink a lot of stuff from Italy. I don't drink a lot of Doppelbocks on top of that, so I have had better, though. Alright guys, let's go see, well, before we go see what everybody else thinks, let me give you a grade. I don't think it's an A beer in my opinion, and it's not an outstanding B beer, so I'm going to give it to 6, which is a solid B. Very nice, but nothing outstanding, nothing to write home about. Now let's go see what everybody else thinks. Alright, we'll go over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says 83, which is in their good range. Would not argue with that whatsoever. if I was to put a number on this, it would probably be somewhere between an 83 and an 85. So, over to rate beer. Rate beer is not as kind. Rate beer says 74 overall and 59 in the style. So, yeah, it doesn't taste like a really good Doppelbock. It's a good Doppelbock, but not a real good Doppelbock. So, like I said, my personal opinion is that now that Heineken is involved in it, and I don't know how long they have been involved in it, I would think that they probably tweaked this recipe just a little bit for production and to make more moolah. So that's just my opinion on this one, guys. If you've had this one, Birra Moretti La Rossa, give me some comments back on this one. Good beer. Glad Jared brought this down and let me try it, but nothing outstanding. So Jared, thanks a bunch. Don't take it personal that it didn't get an A for me, but I really don't consider this to be an A beer. A nice, tasty, easy drinking. Now, if you want to get into Doppelbocks and you maybe overwhelmed by the bigger Doppelbocks, which are a little bit more alcohol, I mean, up to 9%, where this is only 7.2, this may be a good entry-level Doppelbock. So, with that being said, guys, without me flapping my gums, I don't want to have another 26-minute video like I did the other day. Let me some comments back on this one, whether you liked it, didn't like it. As always, hit that like button, rate, comment, subscribe, and let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.